Did you know over 50% of your reactions to food are not actually allergy related? They're related to some step in your digestion being broken. Hey, everybody. You might have missed the training I did on uncovering the root causes of your food reactions. Whether you're dealing with IBS, mast cell activation, histamine intolerance, autoimmune disease, chronic pain, any and all symptoms, including even POTS, right? Whether you deal with any of these, you know food really matters, right? You know that when you eat food, there's a reaction of some sort, and it's not predictable, and it's not always the same, and it's not always allergic, right? And you're constantly being dismissed by your doctors, right? You go to the allergist, you go to the GI doctor, and they're like, we don't know what to do with you. Your IgE allergy testing didn't show any problems. Your GI doc says food doesn't matter, and yet you know it does. Well, in summarizing the workshop that I did, I actually unearthed what really is behind your food reactions and what are the data and pieces that you need and understanding that you need to uncover the truth. I'm giving you a quick summary in case you missed it. And I'm going to show you right here what you missed. The summary is we went over the 4 components of food reactions. Number 1. Number 2, what's the difference between food sensitivity testing versus the entire food mapping system? And we cracked a ton of cases. So I'm going to give you the summary right now. So you don't have to watch the whole thing, but if you wanted to, you can click the link below and watch the whole replay. But in the meantime, what is the 4 components of food reactions? Number 1 is going to be this green box here is digestion. Did you know over 50% of your reactions to food are not actually allergy related? They're related to some step in your digestion being broken. That is absolutely correct. So when you work with me, when you work with us on uncovering the truth about food mapping, about what your food reactions are, you have to understand digestion. And so there is masterclass level training for even provider level training for digestion that is in all our programs around food reactions. Hi, I'm Maggie Yu, MD, and I'm a functional and holistic medicine physician and the creator of the Transform and Transform protocol. If you're interested in learning what are the root causes of all chronic disease, go ahead and click the link in the description where I have a power-packed 30-minute training that goes over what are the 5 pillars of Transform. Go ahead, click the link, and I'll see you in that training. So, number 1, digestion, big hidden holy grail. And we even cracked some cases where Elaine shared her reactions to food because she had low stomach acid. She thought she couldn't eat meat for like 6 years. And it turned out it had nothing to do with allergies. And in fact, had everything to do with her inability to digest the meat. Therefore, once she figured that out and she supported her digestion with the proper amount of acid, guess what? She could not only just eat meat, now she's tolerating supplements and medications 1,000,000 times better. So digestion is a holy grail that's a missing piece that most people and doctors don't understand is behind your food reactions. Okay? And that's a key component of your education that's needed. You need to learn. You need to understand this. You're going to get the training on this when you work with us on uncovering your food reactions. So digestion, big piece. Number 2 on the right is in the orange box here, and that's data. Absolutely, when we uncover what's going on with your food sensitivities, food intolerances, there is accurate testing that you can get. And the truth is 90 to 95% of food testing out there for food sensitivities suck. And so over the past 16 years and having done about 6,000 to 10,000 of these tests with 40 different companies, I realized that there were a couple of companies, a couple of tests that were good, but they had a lot of idiosyncrasies, which means that we offer the best tests, number 1. But number 2 is I've gained the experience to learn what are the underlying patterns that's unique to that test. I'm going to give you the real example, which is that a lot of times on the borderline results, doctors reviewing the test results going to say it's negative, but borderline results we handle very differently because I know what they mean. Give you an example. If banana is borderline, a lot of people just say go ahead and keep eating it. But I know on our test that when banana and pineapple are together and they're both borderline, it actually means that they're both real. And yet the company doesn't know this who runs the test, and neither does any of the other providers out there. But through having done I think on this particular test, over 6,000 of these tests at this point, I'm able to teach you and our providers and instructors that we work with on how to accurately understand these test results so you know they're real. So what if you had a result that you thought was okay and your doctor was okay and turned out that was the holy grail? Well, we see that happening all the time when people don't understand these patterns that are unique to the test that we run. And so having had so much experience with this test, I'm able to teach providers that there are clues around these hidden patterns. And there's also what's called false positive, false negatives that are involved. And then on top of it, I've been able to use the test that we use to teach patterns around genetics and even infection. So there are all these hidden clues around the data that we collect that nobody else on earth is able to uncover and nobody's able to teach you. So that's the second component, is accurate testing, and better yet, your mastery level of training around understanding these clues around accurately understanding even the best test in the world. And then number 3 on the left side is the purple, and that's the histamines. Some of you may know a lot about it. Some of you may know nothing about it. But basically, histamines are related with allergens, and we went over all the different pathways that histamine activates. So what that means is a lot of you guys think that food allergies is just about allergies. Well, I taught on exactly how histamines activate hormone imbalances, cardiovascular, blood pressure and heart changes, mental health changes and brain fog changes, right? Even cancer and chronic pain. So when you truly understand how these food reactions trigger histamine, that turns on all these other symptoms that you have. For the first time in your life, you're going to understand that you're listened to, you're heard, you're understood, and you're going to be taught how to master this and how to turn it around. So histamines are often misunderstood, and you're going to get a mastery level training around histamines, period. In the workshop, you can see me go on a deeper dive, digging into the histamine pathways. And then finally, the last in this box is the blue box, which is nutrient density. A lot of you think about this. How many of you out there have low thyroid, low iron, low B12, low vitamin D, low magnesium, low? And the reason is that's an end result of all these other boxes on this clover not being taken care of. When you don't address digestion, and you don't have accurate data, and you don't understand the role of histamines, your gut can't absorb anything. And that's why you feel so darn sick. So this is a loop around my food mapping masterclass. What it means to actually understand and use a system to approach your food reactions. So I want to invite you to learn more about my food mapping masterclass, where you get to work with me and my team to get proper testing. You get video modules where it's taught by yours truly to fully understand a mastery level of all these concepts and training. And there's also a week-long intensive where you guys get to review your results, troubleshoot questions, and get one-on-one expert implementation with me and my team, including a functional nutritionist as well. There you go. So that was a summary. And I also wanted to invite you to learn more about my food mapping masterclass. You can click the link below to learn more. Thanks, everybody. Hey, to learn more about the food mapping system, click the link above or below this video, and we'll see you there.